Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Repping my old Gen 1 Transformer shirt, Ultra Magnus on the cover. If you ever see the old 80s movie, freaking awesome. Now, I was on the side of the fence where I thought 2K26 absolutely would not come to last gen consoles. Well, based of new developments and everything going on with the gaming industry and things that just happened recently, I am now on the other side of the fence saying it would be stupid not to put it on last gen. Now, hear me out before you get mad. And also, before we go any further, this is all just speculation on my part. This is not official, nothing has been announced, but I have a strong feeling that 2K26, 2K27, 2K28, 2K29, forever, as long as the PlayStation 4 is in people's living rooms, we're going to get a version of the 2K games on that platform. Now, here are the reasons why. Number one, if you've been following along with what's been going on in the gaming industry and the tech industry, there's a massive RAM shortage that's happening. And which means console prices are going to skyrocket, which means they can't get the components they need to make the next gen consoles, the PlayStation 6 and whatever the heck the next Xbox is, and even PCs, high-end PCs. So what's going to happen is there's going to be low tech across the board. PS5s are going to go up in price. Switch 2s are probably going to go up in price. The Xbox absolutely is going to go up in price again. So there's going to be less people to sell the game to. So, heck, they might even make a version of the game for the original Switch, not just the Switch 2. I guarantee you there will be a Switch 2 version, a PS5 version, and an Xbox Series version. They're probably absolutely going to have a PS4 and an Xbox One version, because I believe the game will come out before Sony's cutoff for submitting new online games. Heck, Sony might take that back and allow people to submit stuff with online components. I figured exactly what it was. I made a video on it like 4 months ago. Sony in 2K26 in 2026 is going to turn off basically, or not allow developers to submit like online stuff, like online functionality, as of the end of next March, trying to push people to next gen. I have a feeling they're going to stop doing that and they're going to continue it because of this RAM shortage thing. They might extend it out. They might like, okay, we delayed that until further notice, because they're going to have to utilize every asset they have to survive this RAM shortage. Now, to piggyback off of that, number two reason, console prices are so high that PlayStation 4 and Xbox One users that have been waiting this entire time to upgrade, they're never going to upgrade at this point because the prices just keep going up. Typically, historically, consoles go way down in their fifth year, correct? Especially during Black Friday. This year, the big sale was that the PlayStation 5 was its normal price. Like $100 off, back to what it was when it launched. That's crazy. Like, that was the sale price. That was the big deal for the year. And, well, because of it, Black Friday, consoles sold the worst they've ever sold since 1995, since they started tracking this stuff. That's insane. That tells you that gaming is in danger. Gaming is absolutely 5 years in, and the PlayStation still outsold a brand new Nintendo console, the Switch 2. Now, the reason why the Switch 2 probably didn't sell as well is multiple factors. There's the game key card situation, there's the price of the games, there's just all this hatred towards Nintendo right now because of everything they've been doing. I have a Switch 2, I think it's a great little console, but I agree with the key card situation and the incredibly priced games, like, don't really warrant it yet. Like, Donkey Kong was awesome. To me, Donkey Kong was worth every penny. That game was freaking awesome. Mario Kart was missing a few things. But anyway, we're here to talk about wrestling. So, let's switch to that. As we were saying, the third reason, Switch 2 sales have pretty much fallen off a cliff in the States during Black Friday. Number 4, there is a Netflix version that exists. So, if they want it on Netflix and can get it to run on a Netflix app, they're absolutely going to keep making them on the last gen. I mean, why not? It's free money at this point. Now, number 5, it'll absolutely be a watered down version of what's on current gen. I don't think they'll be comparable, especially since they're kind of going that direction with the last game, 2K25. And what I mean is the island is only on next gen. Absolutely, the island probably could have ran on the PS4, but it's incentive and stuff for people on current gen consoles, right? It gives you a reason to buy it on the current gen. So, and it kind of gives you a reason if you're a huge wrestling fan to want to upgrade to get the island, even though the island to me wasn't really worth upgrading a whole console for. So you guys didn't miss out on anything. It was a cool idea. Hopefully they can improve upon it, make it way better next year, or should I say this year. But currently, you guys didn't miss anything. Like, other than the fact that you couldn't get Nikki Bella and Goldberg, expect that to happen a lot more in 2K26. If there is a 2K26 on PS4 and Xbox One, mark my words, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you guys can't get. And I guarantee you, the PC version might also be last gen version again. And we'll get to that here in a minute. All right, so number 6, there's huge mass franchise fatigue. So less players will probably buy 2K26 at launch. So that's another reason why it's going to be on every platform, because they're going to try to get as much money as they can from this game. There's probably going to be a lot more microtransactions too. But based off of my comments and engagement with my 2K26 content, most of you guys don't really care. Like, you're content with 2K25. You got burnt out on the franchise because the last 2K22 through now has pretty much been the same with minor upgrades. And they really screwed up Create a Wrestler in 2K25 with all the bugs and glitches. I think it works fine now, but the damage has been done. Like, you buy the game day one for over $140, and it doesn't function properly until like the last patch goes out, right before the new game comes out, the next one. So people are burnt out. If it wasn't for this channel, I would probably take a break for like a year or two, or at least wait till it goes on sale. But I got the channel, so I kind of want to cover it for you guys and for me, because I do have fun playing them. I just wish they worked perfectly right out of the gate. Like, 2K25, I think, is the one I played the least since 2K22. Like, I played 2K22 the most because it was a huge break in between. 2K23 I played the crap out of. 2K24 I played a little less. And then 2K25 I barely touched. Like, I put over 140 hours in it. Most of that was in the Create a Wrestler and My Rise. I hardly touched Universe this year, even though they actually improved some stuff. I didn't touch... was it My GM? I played it for a video. I barely touched My Faction. I did play the island, I think, all the way up through chapter 2 or 3. I didn't finish it because I didn't like the way you leveled up and everything. Plus, something else came out. I started playing that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm fatigued also. So I'm really hoping that we get some crazy new good stuff in 2K26. Now, I will say in 2K25, they added 2 things I've been wanting for a very long time. And that was intergender matches, because I make mostly superheroes and stuff. And of course, the camera controls. I love the camera controls. It makes it feel like a brand new game, like you're playing it for the first time. Like, I still randomly will play a match here and there, like, but I don't put like all that time into it like I used to. But I love playing matches because it makes it feel so fresh and so new because of the cool camera controls. Like, I'll never turn that off. I hope they return next year, because that would suck if they got rid of that. I'd be like, no, bring it back. Number 7, next-gen consoles getting delayed due to RAM concerns. Now, I've tried to film this video like 5 times, so I'll have to listen back if I talked about this or not, but there's a rumor going around that next-gen consoles, the PS6 and the Xbox, whatever the heck it's going to be called, could potentially be delayed into 2028, 2029, even 2030, based off of this RAM stuff, the RAM shortages. Because if they can't get the RAM for a reasonable price, or they just can't get it because they're all bought up, well, these consoles are going to be insanely priced. They're going to be thousands of dollars. And nobody's going to buy a $1,000 console when you could just... Well, actually, PCs will be probably $5,000, $6,000 at that point. But you get what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to buy a console. The whole point of a console is because it's a cheaper alternative. You can play it on your TV, and it's simple. You just plug it in, you play it. Although they have a bunch of updates and stuff now. It's almost like a PC. And it's a lot, digital stuff too. But the whole point of a console is that it's cheaper. and it's not cheaper anymore. They're expensive. So yeah, next gen consoles could get delayed. What's funny about that is everybody's response was, okay, cool, that's good. We're happy with our current gen consoles. That's a problem for the game industry. That's a huge problem. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. Number 8 reason is Xbox Series consoles sales have completely dried up. I'm so glad that I switched to PlayStation 3 way back there in the 360. I was always a Nintendo guy. I bought into the PlayStation 2, but I hated the controller. I was huge into the 360. The 360 was awesome. I loved the achievements, although the damn system was a piece of crap because I went through 4 of them, even though I babied them and took care of them and dusted them and everything. The disk drive broke on my 4th one. All the other ones were the red ring of death. The freaking disk drive broke on my last Xbox 360. And I finally had it and went over to PlayStation after they worked out all their bugs. And I started playing games like God of War, Uncharted, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. I'm like, holy crap, these are amazing exclusives. And I've been a Sony guy ever since. Now, I still like Nintendo games, but when it comes to like third party, and I'm going on a tangent here. The fact is that this Xbox has sold so poorly that means less people to sell the game to. So absolutely, why wouldn't they put it on last gen? To try to make up for that, you know? Now the last reason, and this happened as I was making this video a couple days ago, is the PS5 just got, if I understand correctly, ROM hacked. So that means people can use homebrew, they can pretty much put any game they want on there for free. It's just like the PSP and the PS3. And the Switch. That happened to the Switch. That's why games leak like weeks early before they officially release. Is because people get the game early, they dump it online, and then everybody has it online. And then they can play it on the Switch for free. You know what I mean? It looks like we're there with the PS5, so Sony's probably panicking right now. This also means that there's going to be a lot of cheating online. So online for WWE games will be even worse. If I'm understanding correctly, correct me in the comments down below because I don't know anything about ROM hacks and homebrewing your system and all that kind of stuff. All I know is that people are probably going to get 2K26 for free on here. So that's even less sales for the people that actually buy their games. So this whole thing is just everything that's happened that we're talking about in this video leads me to believe, I think I'm onto something here, that we're going to get the next 2K26, 2K27, 28, 29, all the way up to 30, all the way until next gen actually launches. We're probably going to get those games all on PS4 and Xbox One. Why not? They need to make up the money somewhere. Because people aren't going to buy into the new consoles. And as long as they keep making games for those old consoles, people aren't going to upgrade. Especially now with the prices skyrocketing. So it makes complete sense to me why they would put it on last gen. So there you have it. If 2K26 is in fact current gen only, then expect more microtransactions to make up for it. We might get more paid DLC on the island, my faction, hell, they might even charge extra for showcase matches. The sky's the limit. I guess we'll find out soon enough. So anyway, thank you for watching. What do you make of all this chaos that's happening in the game industry? Do you think 2K26 will launch on last gen consoles? Because I do. Thanks for watching, and stay frosty.